Coming up today on the Fans First Talk Show, we're going to reveal the top 10 most wanted figures for G.I. Joe Classified, and this is my list. Then we'll wrap up with a special G.I. Joe unboxing and review. So today, Dex, this is my wish list. I've seen yours. We'll be dealing with that next episode, and man, do you have some really interesting picks there. I think people are going to really like your list. And first off, we're going to start with Hardball. Hardball is a skilled baseball player and explosives expert, using his throwing arm to deliver precision strikes on the battlefield. He's able to take out enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy. Now, in my opinion, Hardball is the G.I. Joe version of Bo Jackson. And there are baseball references all over this guy. I'm a big baseball fan, so I'm a little biased here, but I think Hardball's pretty well liked overall by most G.I. Joe collectors. And he's from Cooperstown, New York, which is the home of the Baseball Hall of Fame, so I like all those references. Dex, what do you think of Hardball? And do you think he would work well for Classified?
I think he would be really good for Classified. I think that it would be really cool if they had him, because then you would be able to do like custom baseball figures too, because of the starting lineup thing since it failed.
Yeah, that's too bad that it failed, because they were pricing the figures way too high, probably because of sports licenses for the teams. In terms of his appearance, he has a blue baseball cap, a white baseball shirt with blue trim, and a red G.I. Joe logo on the right chest. He has a gray undershirt, black half gloves, orangey brown pants with a light green belt and holster, and black boots. For accessories, a rocket launcher, backpack, and what I want him to have is some other baseball references there too, like an aluminum baseball bat, or even baseball-style sunglasses, sort of like what Ripper has.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. He's also a member of the Mad Marauders, so we could have him in different versions. That's
true, he's part of Sergeant Slaughter's crew, so definitely right there. That's another reason for Hasbro to get on this and make Hardball, because there's a redeco waiting for them, so double the money for Hasbro, double the fun for us. Next up on my list, this one's a childhood favorite of mine, and I'm sure a lot of you out there as well, Law and Order. How do we not already have this guy, right? Law is a military police officer skilled in law enforcement tactics, and Order is his highly trained canine partner, a German Shepherd. Together they enforce justice on the battlefield using their skills to track down and apprehend Cobra operatives and explosives. So while not a main character, he was featured in G.I. Joe the movie, and that's good enough for most collectors, but I think this would be standard for a figure and pet set. Dex, what's your opinion of Law and Order?
I think that he would be a great extension to the G.I. Joe line. His dog would be amazing.
Now what I do want them to do is load this guy up with accessories. And definitely there'll be some reuse, especially with the nightstick and other accessories. And also we have several military police officers who do watch our channel and have told me directly that they got involved with that line of work specifically because of G.I. Joe and Law and Order. So that's pretty cool. That's the reach of G.I. Joe. And Order is one of my favorite pets, period, from G.I. Joe, dating back to when I was a kid. I can't wait. High up on my wish list. Next, Iceberg. Now, Iceberg is an expert in Arctic combat, equipped with a snowboard for rapid mobility. He carries a rifle for long-range engagements and a rocket launcher for taking out enemy vehicles. And his skills make him a valuable asset in cold weather operations. Now, in terms of accessories, the 1986 version did not have a snowboard. But Dex, what do you think? Should he come with a snowboard, skis, snowshoes? What would you want Iceberg to come with?
I think that he should come with a snowboard and snowshoes, because he doesn't have much. He just has like 1 or 2 weapons, so he should have a bit more.
And I think they could reuse that snowboard. A snowboard's a snowboard. You don't have to make a brand new mold for it. It's already a good snowboard, the one that came with the Snow Serpent, so I say just stick with what works. At this point of the line, we've got Snow Serpents, we've got Snow Job, some of the top figures of last year. So I would love to see this, and this is probably my number one single figure. It's the one I'm waiting for the most, Iceberg. Next up, Blizzard, another winter figure. Blizzard is a cold weather specialist equipped with skis for fast, silent movement. His backpack transforms into a sled with steering handles, allowing him to navigate rough terrain with ease. And his skills make him invaluable in snowy environments. I love the original version. I think it was from 1988, and we could get that, plus a Tiger Force version. Dex, what are your thoughts on Blizzard? Do you like this guy? Do you think he looks cool compared to a lot of other figures? Give us your take.
I think that sled would be pretty cool for having a backpack that can turn into a sled, and that would be really cool if we had that.
Right, especially with steering handles too. It's a very cool idea, very innovative, especially back in 1988. And in my opinion, Blizzard is tailor-made for Classified. Just check out this custom figure here, made by Stronox Customs. How cool would this look in the 6-inch form? He can include skis, poles, a rifle, a visor and helmet, a wrapped Uzi, a handgun, a high-altitude oxygen mask, and a backpack. Blizzard is one of my all-time favorite designs in all of G.I. Joe. This one is a must-own and is one that I can't wait to see. Next up on my top 10 most wanted G.I. Joe classified figures that have not been made yet is a figure that was never part of the G.I. Joe A Real American Hero line, but it should have been. Zanya. Zanya is a dynamic character. As the daughter of the Master of Disguise, Zartan, she inherited not only his cunning nature, but also his ability to blend into any environment seamlessly. She is a dangerous character, and I think we need more Dreadnoks to fill out this line, especially with Zartan's group. We got Buzzer, Ripper, Torch, Zorana, soon we'll have Xandar and Road Pig. Let's get Zanya on board here. Dex, would you be interested in Zanya, or am I alone here?
It would be cool, but I don't know if they should do it, really.
And why is that?
Because I would prefer the other guys. I'd prefer having, like, the Dreadnoks vehicles and that sort of stuff than this character that we don't know much about.
Yeah, and we're still waiting for Monkey Wrench. We can all assume that that's on the way fairly soon because, you know, you look at the way that they're releasing the Dreadnoks, Monkey Wrench is probably just around the corner. So I can understand that Zanya won't be for everybody, but I think she's going to surprise some people because she's not a very well-known character compared to a lot of the ones that we're talking about. Next up is a character that I might be alone in wanting more than anyone else. You might as well call Viper Island the Crystal Ball channel because I want Crystal Ball. He's a master of mind control and hypnotism, using his abilities to manipulate others to do his bidding. He's a mysterious character and an enigma, often using his powers to sow chaos and confusion amongst his enemies. He has a memorable look, crazy eyes, and a demented expression. In my opinion, he's a throwback to Vincent Price, and he just kind of looks like an insane evil vampire. So this is definitely an opportunity for the G.I. Joe team to really throw their creativity behind this character, have some fun, crank the volume up, make him as wild and zany as possible. He's going to stand out no matter what. So I think the G.I. Joe team should lean into that and really emphasize all of the differences between Crystal Ball and mostly everyone else. Dex, are you with me on Crystal Ball? Or are you one of the ones out there who's saying, I don't want this weirdo? What do you think?
I think that he would be cool, because it doesn't matter. You don't have to collect him if you don't want him. Just it would be cool if other people want him, though. I do think, though, that he should come with another weapon or two, like some throwing knives, maybe, because just a little, like, circular, spinny thing is not going to be enough.
Yeah, they definitely have to use their creativity, give us some extra stuff there. He's not a machine gun type of character, but you're right. You know what? At the same time, if we just got a bare bones Crystal Ball, I'm not going to be one of the ones complaining because it's going to be the character and the figure that really shines as opposed to his accessories. But Hasbro does pay attention to our channel and our viewers' feedback, so jump in the comments below and let us know your ideas for what Crystal Ball should come with. I'm sure there's some people out there who have really great ideas that maybe don't really come to our mind right off the bat, but Crystal Ball, he's going to look wild, the hair's going to be cool and crazy, and his outfit is just, you can't even describe it. There's nothing like this guy, and that's why I want him. He's going to be a very unique character. I can't wait, and in my opinion, he's one of the most overlooked characters in the G.I. Joe universe, period. Next up on my list is Dawn Moreno. She's the latest ninja apprentice to bear the mantle of Snake Eyes. She is Snake Eyes 2. She's a skilled martial artist, and she's very good with swords and knives, carrying on the legacy of her predecessor while forging her own path as a member of the G.I. Joe team. She's a stealth operative. She grew up in a neighborhood controlled by Cobra and proved herself to be an ultimate athlete. This caught the attention of Cobra Commander, and Cobra used a device known as the Brainwave Scanner to brainwash everyone in Dawn's town and make them submit to Cobra. In the past, Cobra had used the scanner on Snake Eyes himself, and when they used it on Dawn, a copy of Snake Eyes' mind was imprinted onto Dawn's. So when her unparalleled athletic abilities were paired with Snake Eyes' mind, Dawn Moreno became an elite-level, unstoppable force to be reckoned with. She evolved into Snake Eyes 2 and vowed to spend her life seeking revenge on Cobra. So Dex, Dawn Moreno's basically a female version of Snake Eyes, but on another level. Since you're not familiar with this character, just based on the appearance alone, what do you think?
I think that she looks pretty cool. I like all the different armor she has on. And she has a bunch of swords, too. That would be pretty cool.
Now, I know you're not big into the ninjas. For the most part, neither am I. But Dawn Moreno's an exception. She's the biggest character from the new era of G.I. Joe. Dawn Moreno would be a very good figure for Classified. I think she would look great. The articulation would be out of this world. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you're hoping that Hasbro makes a Dawn Moreno character for Classified. Next, we've got Ace. He's the pilot of the Sky Striker fighter jet, and he's skilled in aerial combat and reconnaissance. He's a daring and skilled pilot, always ready to take on the most dangerous missions in defense of freedom. So we know that the Sky Striker is a humongous jet. It might be too big even for a HasLab, and so for that reason, I'm thinking we're probably not going to get it. And if that's the case, that means we're not getting Ace. So Ace would have to be a standalone figure or attached to some other vehicle or HasLab. Dex, what do you think of Ace?
I think that he looks really cool. I like his flight suit that he has on and his mask.
Yeah, do you think this is a good color scheme, or would you want to see them switch it up? Because we've seen several different versions of Ace in the past, but do you think version 1 works better?
Yeah, I think that it looks really cool, this color scheme he has right now.
So like the red, the white, and the black. I kind of agree. I do hope that we get a Sky Striker to join this line, but again, might be a little too ambitious because it's so big. So in the meantime, let's add Ace to our wish list. Next up, we've got another figure that I don't think will be made unless it's released this way as a standalone figure, and that's Admiral Keel. He commands the USS Flagg, G.I. Joe's massive aircraft carrier. He's a seasoned naval officer with years of experience leading his crew and overseeing operations from the heart of G.I. Joe's USS Flagg.
Yeah, and the G.I. Joe team said that the USS Flagg is way too big to make.
Yeah, so if it's too big, that means we're not getting it, and that means we're not getting Admiral Keel. Now, I think he's a great-looking figure. What do you think of him, Dex?
I like his hat a lot. I think that it would be really cool, because then we would maybe get some other things like the other versions of Gung Ho, too.
And although he's not a soldier, do you think there's an appetite for a guy like this, or is he boring in your opinion?
He's a little bit boring. I don't know if people would want him at all, though.
I think there are a lot of people out there who would, but those are also the people who want Hasbro to make a USS Flagg that would probably take up half your house. So again, this might be a bare bones figure that I'm suggesting because I'm not sure what accessories you'd give him other than maybe a handgun. And the last item on my wish list is actually a trio. Now, I've talked about these guys before. I'm going to talk about them until they come out. The G.I. Joe Renegades. We're talking Mercer, Taurus, Red Dog. Who doesn't want these guys? If you watch G.I. Joe the movie, you like these guys more likely than not. The Renegades are a G.I. Joe splinter cell made up of unlikely soldiers who were recruited and led by Sergeant Slaughter. Red Dog is an ex-football player. Taurus was a circus strongman. Mercer is a former Cobra Viper who turned against his former allies to join the G.I. Joe team. Their base of operation is a secret location named the Slaughterhouse, and as figures, they first appeared as one of the most memorable and iconic multi-packs in G.I. Joe. In one package, you were acquiring a special missions task force. That's what made these guys so cool, plus look at them, they stand out. Mercer originally joined Cobra in order to pursue a life of riches, but his morals and values clashed with Cobra's. He was the Cobra Viper who defected and lived to tell the story. He hotwired a hydrofoil, escaped Cobra Island, and outran Cobra. He joined Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades and became a leader within G.I. Joe. His story is one of the most interesting in all of G.I. Joe. Meanwhile, Red Dog is the only Samoan character in all of G.I. Joe. And Taurus is a wild card who fears no one. I mean, he's a huge character anyway. And all three of these guys are ready-made for the Classified series, especially Taurus, but I'm not going to single any of them out. They're all perfect for Classified. The Renegades played a big role in G.I. Joe the movie, training Falcon, backing up the Sarge, invading Cobra Island on a rescue mission, and destroying the Terrordrome. That's quite the resume there. So Dex, let's get your thoughts on the Renegades. Are you as big into them as most people in my generation are? Which character do you like the best? Which do you like the least?
I like Mercer the most because he looks really close to the Cobra Vipers, and I love the Cobra Vipers. I think that Taurus and Red Dog would be really good in the line too, though.
These guys were standard size figures back in the 80s, but they're all intended to be larger than most other characters. So I don't think people should be that surprised when Mercer is larger than we expect. And Taurus obviously is a big brute anyway, and if Red Dog is a football player, it makes sense for him to be bigger than most normal average citizens anyway. The only question is, are they going to be released separately or as a 3-pack? Dex, what are your thoughts here?
I think that there'll be a 3-pack because they're not going to make it separately.
Now, I would love a 3-pack, especially for the packaging alone. You gotta make it all G.I. Joe the movie, really bring that out, but at the same time, I can't imagine there's anyone out there who just wants Taurus or just wants Red Dog and has no interest in any of the others. So I think if you want any of them, you probably want them all, but if I'm wrong about that and you only want one of these figures, probably Mercer if it's only one, let us know in the comments down below. But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the same side as you, Dex. Give us really nice packaging, and if they're in a 3-pack, you know what that means. A lot of accessories. So that wraps up my wish list. That's my top 10 most wanted figures for G.I. Joe Classified. But I want to hear from you. There are a lot of great characters out there that we haven't mentioned yet. Hit and Run, Lifeline, Targat, Fast Draw, Mainframe, Darklon, the list goes on. Let us know who you want and who's in your top 10 list, or even your top 3.
And next, it's mail time.
Here we go. All right, we're back from mail time with Dex, and we have a brand new package to unbox and review. This one comes to us from MVP Michael G, and this is an exclusive that I couldn't get my hands on. I know it's in here. Dex, you don't.
No, I'm so excited anyways, though.
I think you're gonna like it. This should be awesome.
It's Snowjob!
There was no chance in the world that I was getting this guy. Didn't even come to GameStop in Canada.
This looks awesome.
The ironic thing is, Canada's known for being a wintry environment. It's kind of funny that we can't get this guy. So big thanks to MVP Michael G for sending this our way.
Oh, he looks awesome. And his hood is super rubbery, too.
Now, in the 2023 Best of the Year Awards, Snowjob ranked very high in a lot of categories. G.I. Joe fans around the world voted, and you guys said that Snowjob was the exclusive of the year. And this was also the runner-up, a very tight runner-up, for Best Figure of the Year. You guys at home said that Snowjob and Snow Serpent were the 2 best figures of the year. I can see why. Dex, does he look like anyone else in Classified?
No, not at all.
So that's really good because this is actually the same exact figure as Snow Serpent. The paint apps are different. So that's effective reuse right there. Now, Snowjob is known for his expertise in cold weather operations and his distinctive weather gear. Prior to joining G.I. Joe, he served as a skiing instructor and an Olympic-level skier. As a member of the Joe team, Snowjob specializes in Arctic warfare and cold weather survival. His primary role is to lead missions in frigid climates, utilizing his expertise in skiing, mountaineering, and ice climbing to navigate treacherous terrain and outmaneuver Cobra's enemy forces. Additionally, Snowjob is skilled in marksmanship and hand-to-hand combat. One of Snowjob's most notable attributes is his distinctive appearance, and this is what we like about him. It's characterized by his winter-themed outfit complete with a fur-lined hood, goggles, snowshoes, skis, and ski poles. His iconic look has made him instantly recognizable to G.I. Joe fans and has solidified his status as one of the most memorable characters in the franchise. He's played a pivotal role in numerous missions and storylines, showcasing his bravery and resourcefulness. This even resulted in Snowjob playing a central role in the Renegade Games Studio deck-building expansion pack, Cold Snap. It's a ridiculously good game. Snowjob is one of the main leaders, but he's joined by a long list of other winter-themed characters and vehicles, including Iceberg, Blizzard, the Snowcat, the Polar Battle Bear, the Avalanche, and many more.
He looks awesome. I love all the different stuff he comes with, especially the skis.
Yeah, that's just like the 1985 version. And what I really like about this guy is he comes with 2 separate head sculpts. So Dex has him set up over there with just no hood, but he also has a separate head sculpt that has sort of a ski hood around his head, and then also the winter jacket hood. It's got fur around the edges. In addition, there's a collar with the hood down, and that's for when it's just his normal head, but I guess you could use this one as well. Something else I like, there's pink skin on his cheeks, and that's from exposure to cold air, kind of like frostbitten cheeks. It is a little subtle, but it's one of those nice touches that gives the character a little more depth. In terms of accessories, Snowjob comes with a large backpack, snowshoes, skis, ski poles, a pistol, and a sniper rifle, and this is a brand new sniper rifle. The backpack has straps to slide the skis into the sides of the backpack, and at the base of the backpack are pegs to hold the snowshoes so everything goes on the figure. Oh, that looks wicked, Dex.
Yeah, he looks awesome. I think he's a really good figure, especially when you put all of his gear on him. It looks really good. It looks really cool, though, when he's in an action pose with the ski poles and it looks like he's skiing downhill. I prefer the skis, because the snowshoes are a bit, like, you understand the point of it, but it's better when you're just, like, playing around with it, because it doesn't look as good when you're posing it, though, with the snowshoes. I think skiing looks better.
And if I'm not mistaken, the snowshoes also attach onto the bottom of the backpack.
I think it's awesome that you can put all of his stuff on him at once and you don't have a bunch of stuff just laying around. His head sculpt looks so realistic, especially all the facial hair he has and the eyes and everything. It looks really good.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a dark wash on his hair, too, to give it some depth.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with Dex. This seems to be one of the most realistic face sculpts that we have in the entire Classified series so far, and that's a very nice backpack.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look at all the detail on there.
What would you rate Snow Job out of 10?
I give Snow Job a 9.6. Overall, really great face sculpt, good figure. We already know that we like the Snow Serpent, right? We gave that a good rating.
I'd rate him a 9.5 because all the different accessories he has, and I like that you can carry everything on him at once, and just everything's pretty much new besides for the stuff for the Snow Serpent. Other than that, it's really good figure overall.
Yeah, and you can't even tell that that's the Snow Serpent. Not unless you really look closely. I think we'll see some of these things appear again, like the skis. We're going to see that again with someone else, probably like Blizzard. Some people like the winter characters. Some people aren't as big into them. I'm one of the people who really likes the winter characters. Blizzard would be amazing. Kind of like Snow Job with a machine gun, so he should be really good. Can't wait for him. So on the box, there is a tank here. It's like a winter tank. I think that's the Avalanche.
Yeah, I like that bear in the background. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a reference to the cartoon series. We like when there's that kind of thing. Really good artwork on the side of the box too. The front of this is really good packaging, and I love his polarized lenses. They look even better on the character than they do in the artwork here.
I think this is a pretty good one for packaging. It looks really nice, all the packaging on here.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones so far. It also helps that it's at nighttime. You see the northern lights up here in the sky. That's something that's rare. You have to be in the northern hemisphere, pretty high up. I've seen them in person before. It's like colors dancing in the sky. Something you have to see to believe. It's amazing, even better in person than it is on video. So Dex, I think we gotta send a big thanks to MVP Michael G.
Yeah, thank you so much. This figure's awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving Snow Job, Snow Serpent. Hopefully we see more winter characters like this guy sometime soon. In the meantime, let us know your thoughts on Snow Job in the comments below and which winter characters you're looking forward to the most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. My name is Liam. You can follow me on Instagram at Viper Island. For all things G.I. Joe, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you want to support the show, smash that like button. Until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and yo Joe!